Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Let's Play Civilization VI Deity Run as Russia. Now, one thing that I failed to remember in the last episode was that when we trade as Russia, we get something called the Grand Embassy, which we receive science or culture from trade routes that are more advanced. So +1 for every 3 technologies or civics. And the thing is, since we are playing Deity, we are starting off horrifically behind everybody. So trading is actually a very effective way for us to catch up with science. Because, if you look at this, this one trade route is giving us 6 science. Nearly half of our science is coming from that trade route. So, basically, if you're playing Deity and you're playing Russia, trading is a very powerful way to get caught up on what you're lacking. But that doesn't mean I don't want to make this campus when I get up to 7 population, because that's very important. Now, I do want to found this city, protect the hell out of it, and then I want to basically just protect it forever. Okay, this city here, once we have the ancient walls up, let's see. Nobody's gone for the Great Bath. Alright, you know what? I never go for the Great Bath, right? Because it's never available. However, if no one's built it by turn, 84? Probably no one's going to build it. So there's actually a good shot that I can actually finish it. It's kind of crazy, but it's true. I need builders over here. The thing is, are we going to be able to get a new governor anytime soon? It's going to be a while. So we're going to be stuck on these little 3-turn builders for a hot minute. So, I'm already working on the government plaza over here. I think the city's on its own. As much as I really don't want to do it, I think buying a builder actually would behoove us here. Improve some of these tiles. Try to get a little bit more production so that we are in a little bit better of a shape to get that wonder finished. But I think it's worth it. I really do. Anyway, we know what Brian's working is. We know what archery is. Let's learn about... We actually do not have horses in our empire. Let's go for currency. I do want to go for shipbuilding at some point. We could build a second galley. I mean... I feel like we might be able to bribe... We might be able to flatter the... what's it called? Our friends, the Vikings, if we just have galleys. Could be worth it. And it also will boost shipbuilding, which will allow us to build quadriremes, which actually would help us in the defense of this city, if they ever try to come this way. Yeah, we're basically putting a lot of chickens into that egg. I'm pretty sure that's not a correct usage of that phrase in any means. But if we clog up this, and we have walls here, and we have an encampment here, that's a very well-defended place. But our friend Wu just declared war on Norway, which is mostly down here. So let's take a look at what we have. Wu has military strength of 303. He has 377. Neither are that high. We're at 245, which is less. But once we upgrade these slingers, we are going to be in a much stronger position. And we'll probably be able to hold off anything from either of them. Alright, so that's going to go there. I don't want to get right up to the border because he will be threatened. I mean, he's going to be threatened regardless, right? But... I mean, if I wanted to be cheeky, I mean, yeah, archers wouldn't do much against 40 defense, regardless of whether he's distracted or not. So, yeah, I don't think taking that city is in the cards, but, you know, that it might change someday. It's a very open city. I mean, those are hills, right? Is that a hill? No, that's plains. So I could stand here and attack the city, and also come in from this direction, attack the city. Oh, but that's just a hypothetical situation. Alright, we settled here. Ugh. I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? Alright, first of all, yeah, this is we're filling out this area. So we need. I was really hoping that the free tiles we got would be in this direction because we need a builder. We need the lava. I should have got. You know what? We're gonna wait a turn to buy tiles because we can put in the Pantheon to make buying tiles cheaper. We'll start the walls, but we're gonna flop over to the larva. And yeah. Oh look, Hunza has fallen into influence by the Vikings, looks like. Now, if we construct a campus, we will impress Azkaban, so we'll get a lot of free scouting if we impress them. I really, you know, if I didn't already have so much on the plate, I could, oh look, Australia really wants me to go to war with them. I can't, guys, not now. You know, maybe once I get archers over here, it actually would not be a terrible idea just to join in to be a good, to get them to like me. Oh, crap, I forgot about this. Alright, do you see this? That's not just 20 faith. That's also 20 production. Because remember, we have work ethic. That is a huge, 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 huge thing. So we need that, like, right the hell now. Bang. We also need to reduce the cost of tile purchases. So, yeah, settlers are going to be a little bit expensive for a little while. But we're not, apart from this one that's almost done, we're not making any settlers for a few minutes because we've got to get through some other stuff before we make our settler in the capital. But look how quick production is now. We are going, I mean, the panda. The panda's 18 turns. We are cooking. Unfortunately, I put my harbor in such a place where if I'm going to build any wonders adjacent to it, actually, no, I can build a wonder here, can't I? Well, the Great Lighthouse. Is that really a... it's not that great for us, though. Anyway, yeah, let's not think too many steps ahead and confuse ourselves. I mean, it's a good thing to do in Civ, but see, 64, 96, much better. And we can basically, if we have a good enough holy site, we can print whatever we want in terms of buildings and crap. So, yeah, look at how the Great Bath is reduced to 9 turns. So once these walls are done, it's... What's the expression? It's on like Donkey Kong. Yeah. Okay, so... we want feudalism very much for the worker stuff. So we want to be going in that direction. Very good. And as far as envoys, we have 2. I want to keep them in reserve. If we can get the happiness to Chattanooga, we can possibly rush that. But until then, also China, they might turn on us. You never know. If they do, I think it's worth it to put like some form of. We could put a. encampment here, maybe. I mean, it would be vulnerable to attack, for sure, but it would be something. One thing we could try to do is we could also try to settle in this location, in this direction. Because if we were to, let's say, settle here, this is very hypothetical, though. If we were to settle here and then put an encampment, say, here, we would have the ability to better defend this area. So this is like a maybe. Like, this is by no means ideal for us in terms of the kind of terrain that we thrive in as Russians. But, you know, if we're at a point where we have so much wealth and so much city development that it doesn't matter, then it might be something that we consider. Alright. We're going to go for the galley. There's so much I want to build, but we need to get that city. And it's 10 turns for that settler. I tell you what. Let's try to get all our tile buying done. It might already be done. I don't know. So I can get that back. Yeah, we need that. We need the galley. We need the lighthouse, right? Actually, you know what? No. I want the lighthouse before the galley because it makes galleys stronger. It's just one of those truths. Okay, build the government plaza. In fact, I think Voorhees over here is going to take up the responsibility of building all settlers in the future. So maybe, all right. Magnus, we're going to eliminate the need for this settler. And we are going to relocate Magnus to Voorhees. So that 25 production, 23 production. This city, which has no lava, has 7 production. But this city is going to be very strong, even with just the grove going on. Alright. What I'm seeking to do here is keep my eye on this flank over here, making sure no barbarians spawn. You know, I can upgrade these guys to archers. There's really no reason not to. Yeah, we need to have the strongest defense that we can. Because we never know when the bozos are going to turn on us, given that this is indeed a Deity playthrough, and that is a thing these jerks are known to do. Oh, look, they'll sell me horses for diplomatic favor and money. How about more money? No? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. It looks like China's winning this war, so even though I'm in better relations with the Norwegians, I want them to be a little bit more defended. Okay, we have currency. We're in a new era. They're in a dark, which is going to be ideal for founding that city. China's in a normie, and Australia's in a gold. We're in a normie, and it would have been really cool if we could have gotten monumentality, because then we could have just printed whatever settlers we want. But Exodus, always strong, always recommended. Do we have a... Okay. We need to get these new cities converted. So there is a missionary. We're going to get the government plaza. Then we're going to get the... what is it? The one thing that gives you... What's it called? Well, it's the thing that makes settlers better. Ancestral Hall, it's called, yeah. Alright. 1 turn for horseback riding. Look at that. Might as well just do it. Get ourselves them horses. No deals. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, well, there's some good city spots up here. Just not ideal for Russian stuffs. All right, we're gonna go and get that guy upgraded. 7 turns for the Great Bath. Can you imagine such foolishness? All right. Yep. Very good, Harold. Very good. Yeah. Still no sign that they're coming for us. Oh yeah, World Congress is a thing. They usually go for great scientists in this case, although I've seen them go for artists other times, or even great generals. So it's hard to predict, but this is always an unknown. What do we even have? Like, I always forget what I have whenever I do this. Don't I have silver? All right, we're just gonna do that. I don't imagine we'll get a single point from any of this crap. Yeah, see, we didn't get that, but we got great scientist points. Yeah, everyone voted to ban something, so that's always what happens. But double great scientist points doesn't affect us until we build a campus. That's the word. Yeah, we're getting into the stuff where our low tech is not going to cut it. I would like to have iron working. We don't have an iron mine, but that's fine. We will eventually, once one of these cities grows into this location, and especially once we get this city, but I'm not too concerned about delaying my crap for three cheddar cheese burritos. It's not worth it. Okay. And let's see. Let's tempt fate and try to improve this tile again. I mean, making mines isn't as useful because we're already getting hella production from the lava. Where is the city? Oh, it's up here. Yeah, that's right. I forgot the little cheeky thing I did over here. Okay. Time to come over here. We're going to be convertifying some cities as soon as we can. And, well, I do believe that is the end of this turn. So, let's end here, and I'll see you guys next time.